What's going on, everybody? This is Mark. Well, this is Marcus. You could call me Mark. My friends call me Mark. And I want to invite you to another No Hesi Hoopcast. I'm the moderator, the new host. And, I'm here with the true champions of the Hoopcast. We got Black Moses and we got Leak. Black Leak. Say what's up to the people.
Hey, well, first and foremost, man, how are you guys, man? How are you guys doing?
Bless.
We're
good, brother. I appreciate you asking, man.
Yeah. I mean, to the No Hesi community, I hope everybody is being safe out there. Leak.
Hey, man, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I hope everybody out there that's watching is doing well. And you already asked us how we is doing. How are you hanging in there, Black?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm ready to get into these hoop topics, though. I'm not going front.
Yeah, man. I'm excited about it too. We got a nice little show coming up, so I'm ready to bloviate. Actually, just in case y'all don't know, so bloviating is when you basically you got the narrative pouring out of your mouth, right? But we kind of take it to the next step over here on No Hesi. So we call it oviate, right? Well, we over bloviate sometimes. Right? There's a time and a place for everything. So we're gonna oviate today for a little bit.
Absolutely, man. We got a lot of meat on the bone for this episode, y'all. So sit back and enjoy. And we got a special guest coming later on the Hoopcast. We're really excited about this. So
that's right.
Let's get right into it, fellas.
Hold on, Mark. Sorry to cut you off, man.
Yes, sir.
But make sure you also subscribe.
Yes.
Make sure you subscribe.
That's right.
Make sure you comment.
And hit that notification bell too, so that way you can see when the new lives pop up too.
Yeah.
We're going live every Monday, y'all. So put that on your calendar. And like the fella said, click all those buttons. We need to do all that.
Just button click.
Yes. So we're going to get right into it, fellas. We have a lot of news going on. Let's start with Pandemic P, as we like to call him. Paul George. He did a lot of bloviating over the past week. Let's get into this. If you will, if you could transition us to exactly what PG had to say.
Yeah. So I guess he went on All the Smoke, and there was a conversation that he had with Matt Barnes and Jack. Shout out to All the Smoke too. I like that show.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they've been keeping it consistent. That's for sure.
Absolutely. So, but you know what? I'm not even gonna I'm a bloviate, but not right. I'm gonna go ahead and let Paul George oviate, right? Because he did say a little more than he should have, right?
Yeah.
So let me pull that up real quick. Let's see. All right. Is the screen sharing properly?
Look at the fit too, right?
I know, right? All right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and run that.
You guys seem to make it work and put it together as much as you can. What do you guys feel like, obviously, with the letdown of last season? What are we in store for this upcoming season, personally from you, but from a team as a whole?
For me, because a lot of people don't know, I work out and I train hard every summer, right?
We don't know that.
This was
a lot of people don't know that. All right.
Right. And why would we expect anything less?
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
I mean, yeah, man.
First summer I wasn't able to do that because I had this past summer going into last season was the first summer.
What had happened was
because I
hey, look at his face. He literally looks like that, right? See what happened was
shoulder surgery. So I missed a whole summer of training.
Hey, he had this ready. He had this response.
Yeah, absolutely.
Loaded, right?
He knew the questions before the podcast.
Right.
But anyway.
So the team was already, rolling. They already got, we started off okay, but we didn't start off as well as we wanted to. But I feel like they already had a little chemistry going. Mm-hmm. So when I came into the mix, I missed that time in the summer of playing pickup ball, hooping, getting a rhythm, getting a flow, working on my game. The timing right. So when I came back into the league.
Hey, Lee, stop right there.
Yeah.
So already he's made several excuses instead of taking ownership of what he's contributing to the team.
Right.
Came out
off rip.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we ain't even got to that. We ain't even got to the comments that made the headlines, but it's just a lot of plea copping, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of plea copping. Let's see.
Playing again, I just felt off. Like I didn't feel like a part of the team. And then, the way I was being used, I felt like I was, Doc was trying to play me as like a Ray Allen or like a JJ Redick.
Get Doc's name out your mouth. Get Doc's name out your mouth.
I'm sorry, Ray Allen not a Hall of Famer? Did I miss something?
Right.
He is, yeah.
He tried to Ray Allen me.
Hey, and
just the way he said that, like it was like a knock, right?
Hey, and also another thing, like coming to the Clippers, PG and Kawhi had a lot of clout, right? They had a lot of like, it was a very big thing that him and Kawhi were coming together.
Yeah.
And they had all the leverage as well, right?
Well, we were saying Jordan and Pippen, right? That was
right,
the narrative.
yeah. So why would he let a coach relegate him to a JJ Redick role?
Right.
If you're Paul George, all NBA player, multi all-star, perennial all-star, even except for I think the year when he was in OKC, but perennial all-star, he's accomplished a lot in the league. So it's like, yo, you should be able to have that conversation with the coach and be like, yo, I got all these tools. I got this big bag. You gotta let me cook. You know what I mean?
Right.
And let's be very clear.
But he's, chastising him publicly as well. You can see he doesn't have respect for him.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's probably very docile with Doc too. You know what I mean? Doc's a very monstrous personality, very cool, very he's cool to engage with, but PG, it seemed like PG kind of bowed down and just didn't want to rock the boat. You know what I mean?
Right.
And now he's rocking the boat.
But he didn't do it well.
Absolutely.
Right. Like if your coach gives you a lane and an assignment,
right,
it's up to you to fulfill your end of the bargain. It wasn't like he was knocking shots down in that role. And
to show as well, like, yo, y'all got to put some more responsibility on me because I'm killing the role that you gave me already.
Right.
I'm going. Yep. Oh, what were you saying, Black?
No, I was gonna say, but let's see what else he got. What other excuses he's gonna throw out there?
Yep. Nigga looking like a 6'8" elf right now, right?
He's definitely got gnome vibes going on.
Right.
I can do it, but that ain't my game, right? You know what I mean? I need some flow. I need some mixes.
You didn't do it.
This is just irritating.
Like, hey, you gotta tell Doc, like, hey, I got this bag, Doc. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this bag in. Let me get this bag off real quick. You know what I mean?
All that, just different touches. You know what I mean? And so it was just, that last season was just hard overall.
Yeah, he also went through some depression in the bubble as well. So
yeah. Yeah, and look, we don't want to make light of that, right? We don't want to make light of that. I will say this. I have seen a difference in Paul George ever since he left Indiana. Ever since Frank Vogel left, actually. Right. I believe he played a season after that. And that was when he was coming back from the injury, right?
He had a really good year, his season back from the injury.
He did. And
he
that's
had a really good season. So
he was
teams
wanted him, right? The teams were vying for him after that, right?
I would say he wasn't the same since Frank Vogel left, but he still hooped. He really hasn't been the same since he left Indiana. I think that whole sense of like being like a leader on the floor and like all that, which he didn't lead that well in Indiana. I remember him making comments about taking the last shot. Remember that?
Yeah.
Right.
That was a little weird too. But
Danny Granger was also a big homie for him, and he was traded away as well. So he also wasn't the same after that as well.
Right. So let's keep it going real quick.
Raw. But I think for this year, everybody's starting off on a healthy page. We're starting off on the same page. Me and Kawhi gonna get some time together working out.
Hey, look, man, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna keep it 100. The last thing that they need to do is anything with just him and Kawhi.
Exactly.
Right.
That's been a lot of the issue with that team. I think is the chemistry. I also heard that Kawhi Leonard requested 45 minutes in the locker room by himself before games, which is ridiculous. I mean, if you're not including the team in 90% of the activities that you're doing, you know, you're gonna have chemistry issues when the temperature gets very hot, right?
Right. I think what it is we're in an era now where the level of status has made some of these guys divas. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, we're singling these two out, but you know, I mean, we don't know what some of these other stars are asking for. You know what I mean? Or that demand in their contracts.
Yeah.
We just happen to be magnifying these guys because they're so talented and they underperformed last season.
That was going to be the main part. I think when you underperform, these things get magnetized.
Right.
You know, I'm pretty sure Bron's got a pretty hefty list of requirements.
Right.
You know, self-prepared as well. But when you're reaching the expectations, you know, and the teammates
it's
are
deserving of that, right?
Yeah,
right.
It's not really an issue. But it seems like
you don't come to a brand new team and start making demands.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, that kind of alienates you from the group. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You want to jump right in and get chemistry going. Kind of like who we're going to talk about in a little bit, right?
Right.
Yo, hey, Leak, I'm gonna be honest, man. Hey, I'm over this guy. What did Doc say, man?
I guess we got what we needed from that. Let's see. So now we're gonna go to Doc's comment, right? And Mark, if you could read that, let me know if you can see that.
So Coach Doc Rivers, or I'm reading that the one right next to #Sixers, correct?
Yeah. That's gonna preface him.
Okay, we'll just read Doc's comment straight up.
Yeah.
Doc says, "Hey, listen." Okay. Hey, listen. I enjoy coaching him.
You was about to go in like Doc.
So not a lot to say there. Ty Lue was sitting right next to me, so you better hope it's not adjustments. It ain't going to be much different. Listen, we lost the game, and I think everybody needs to take ownership. Obviously, we can always do better. Players can play better. As far as I'm concerned, I'll leave it there.
Hey, I mean, classy. That was a classy shot he sent. Right?
Yep.
Hey, I really thought, because after he said players can play better, usually the next comment after that is coaches can coach better. You know what I mean? Hey, but he was like, "Yo, nah, we ain't about to do that."
I didn't took the high road enough in this statement.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No cap.
Yep.
So I think you know, I mean, I think Paul George, man, he's like I think you said earlier, Black, he's probably the most unliked you know, all-star at this point as far as all the players in the league go. He's a great player, really good player, but it seems like
you could judge somebody by their movements. I'll just leave it at that.
Right.
Well, fellas, let's get into the next topic here, which is dealing with one of PG's former teammates, the trade between Russell Westbrook and John Wall. Black, let me know, who do you think won that trade? What are your thoughts on the trade as a whole? And then Leak, we're gonna pass it on to you.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. You know, I had counted out Russ on Houston after last season. Just really evaluating, you know, his career up to this point. It seemed as though, you know, we were viewing the end of Russell Westbrook, or the need for Russell Westbrook in the in the hoop conversation, right? But with this move, man, I completely changed. because one, he automatically makes Washington more exciting to watch. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. 1000%.
Him pairing up with Brad Beal, probably the best pairing for him, because Brad Beal doesn't need the ball to get active.
Right. but
he can get active. He can get active that way.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't need the ball, which is great for Russ's skill set because Russ is better with the ball in his hands, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like Russ is not willing to pass if you're going to give him an assist, right?
Right.
So I think from that standpoint, looking at Russ's fit with that team and with that team's history of basically having a player similar to that with John Wall.
Right.
Knowing that John Wall he's coming from a talented Washington team when you really look at it, I think that Washington wins that trade.
I like that. Lee, what's your thoughts?
I think Washington won the trade as well. I love the pairing of Russell Westbrook and John Wall. I think that's a powerful backcourt right there. And I saw a comment earlier from some like media source over in you know what, actually, excuse me, from my source. But it referred to how Russell Westbrook came into practice first day one of training camp 2 hours early, and it said he set the tone with intensity for the organization. I'm just like, man, like, hey, I'm looking forward to Russ's redemptive work, right? I'm looking forward to him.
We're now rooting for Russell Westbrook.
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely. He's going to change his narrative at this point. At this point in his career.
Well, let's speak to that, right? Because the narrative up to this point has been that Russ is unchained, right? Russ is uncanny.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I mean? Russ almost like he's almost like Hooverine, really. Right. He works best by himself, right? You know,
Logan Westbrook, right? You know
exactly, old man Westbrook, right? So up to this point, he's been rabid, essentially. Mm-hmm. Now he's in a situation where we want to see not only him succeed, but we also want to see Brad Beal succeed, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? We're rooting for Brad Beal to have an opportunity to play in some of these big games and see what he could do. So, yeah, I definitely agree that this is redemptive, right?
Hey, and he said, and Russ also said that him and Scotty Brooks have kept in touch this whole time. That's pretty profound right there. He said they've been close touch this whole time. Now, the thing is, we do got to. That's all great. We love the move Washington made. We feel a new energy in the nation's capital.
Yeah,
but we do have to talk about the other side of it. The other side,
chaotic.
Hey, look. The first thing I want to do, I don't want to oviate on that too much.
All right.
The first thing I want to do is I want to share something. Right. Let me know if you can see the screen, y'all. I just want to.
Yeah, we can see it. Hey, look, no, Hesi is taking it to new levels.
Right.
Yeah. We got screens now.
Yeah. Hey, Mark, cue the trap music, all right?
Yeah.
No, but what we see right here is James Harden and letting it fly, right?
Hey, that's a lot of money right there, guys.
Hey, man, that Adidas contract is nice on top of the league contract.
Yeah.
So this James in a strip club, man. This is like the day before training camp.
Hey, she doesn't have her mask on.
Right.
No.
Along with many.
Hey, you see that? Hey, if you look, you see that strip club handler right here. Look.
Yeah.
He's a little handler, making sure James got everything he needs, right? Like making sure the strippers are positioned properly.
He's very attentive to James Harden.
So yeah, man, that's.
Hey, wait, and Leak.
So this is
he didn't report to his individual workout.
He didn't show up.
Yeah.
Right. He missed it. So I mean, this is the other side of that trade. So Russell Westbrook is gonna show he's really gonna seek redemption this year, right?
Hey, let me ask y'all this though. I mean, they also signed Houston. They also signed DeMarcus Cousins, who's been a known headache. And then they also traded to get John Wall, who, my sources tell me John Wall enjoys a good night.
Right.
Enjoys a nice night. So, seeing this and knowing the personnel that is going to be on that team, I mean, this just looks volatile. You know what I'm saying? This doesn't look good. This doesn't look good.
Add in PJ Tucker too.
Yeah,
that's a very hostile environment. You know what I mean? Hey,
this is literally team chaos.
And the thing is, the cool part about it,
James Harden gonna dye his dreads blonde by the end of the season.
And the cool part about it is like that could be intensity in the right direction if the leadership is proper. You know what I mean?
Right.
DeMarcus Cousins.
There's a lot of talent there.
It is, and a lot of headstrong mentalities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the leadership, you know what I mean, it really start with James. And if this is how he's showing up right away or not showing up, then it is setting the tone for how the rest of the season is going to go.
Absolutely.
And that mix is not necessarily one that's good. But hey, another part that's interesting. I saw somebody say James Harden is top 5 in his profession. So has he earned the right to make demands to his employers? And that's a great question, because usually if you are top 5 in your profession, you do have the right to make demands. I also think it's the way you go about making those demands too.
Right. Well, and also too, I mean, let's be honest, man.
Yeah.
And let's be honest about James Harden. As talented as he is, top 10 player in the league, one of the best scorers I've ever seen.
Right.
But let's be honest about James Harden. He's been coddled since day one in Houston.
Right.
They've done everything for him.
Right.
They brought in other stars like Dwight Howard. Who else did they bring in between? Chris Paul.
Russell.
One of the best point guards, in league history.
Right.
You had opportunities to win.
They traded away Clint Capella to clear the lane out. So yeah,
he's had opportunities to win. He's been given the greatest green light I've ever seen an NBA player have. And I'm talking, we our era is Kobe, T-Mac, and Iverson.
Right.
None of them have ever had a green light like this.
Nah.
To pull from anywhere.
Right.
So I think, you can only stomach so much coming from James Harden's side. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Totally agree, fellas. So I feel like we all in agreement on that one. It looks like Washington got the better end of that deal. Absolutely. So now we're going to transition into our third topic, which is Kyrie Irving. He issued a statement in leak. While I'm sharing this, you could go ahead and pull that up if you have it.
Absolutely.
So let's take a look at what Kyrie had to say, and then we're going to get the reactions from the fellas, Black and Lee.
All right, let me see. Let's see. So we got this up right here.
He issued a statement to the press.
Hey, and this is on media day.
Yes.
Right.
So a note from Kyrie Irving. COVID-19 has impacted us all in many ways. So I pray for the safety and the health of our communities, domestically and abroad. I am truly excited for the season to start, and I am also praying that everyone remains safe and healthy throughout the journey. Instead of speaking to the media today, I am issuing this statement to ensure that my message is conveyed properly. I am committed to show up to work every day, ready to have fun, compete, perform, and win championships alongside my teammates and colleagues in the Nets organization. My goal this season is to let my work on and off the court speak for itself. Life hit different this year, and it requires me to move differently. So this is the beginning of that change. Fellas, what do you think about what he has?
Yo, Kyrie's so woke.
Woke McGee.
Right.
Kyrie's so woke. Hey, but I honestly don't got a problem. I'm not mad at this stuff. I'm not mad at this. And I think this move could set a precedent, right? This could set a new precedent. Now, isn't it current that the league mandates that you have a certain amount of time devoted to media, or you get fined if you don't do it?
Yeah, I think it's part of the contract.
I think it is part of the contract. He's probably setting the tone with the media through this statement just during training camp, because he will have to speak to the media at some point, I think.
Yeah,
allegedly.
But right. I mean, I can see this being his protest, right?
Right.
Because let's be honest. Kyrie doesn't have to do anything for the media to come up with a story and narrative about Kyrie, right?
Right.
You know, Kyrie, as far as the media is concerned, is a troublemaker, right? He's you know, he's not easy to play with. He's selfish. All these things have been said about Kyrie without necessarily him doing anything at all. Yeah. So I can understand why he would rather not give the media any more to massacre him with. You know what I'm saying? They don't like him partly because he left LeBron too. Let's be honest, right?
Facts. That's the big and how he left, right?
Right. What he did, what Bron would do.
Yeah.
Right. Hey. Leak, how you feel about this?
How you feeling, Lee?
I'm not mad at this. I'm not mad at this at all. And part of the reason why is because Kyrie's went through so much with the media, with him saying like little things and then them being stressed out, and also reoccurring jokes from the media on Kyrie, right?
Right.
There's a lot of there's a lot of things, you know, whenever they bring up Kyrie Irving's name, you know, there is some type of little, you know, butt of a joke there with it, right? I've seen that a lot. So I think Kyrie's over it. I think he's, you know, as great of a basketball player as he is, he probably feels that these guys shouldn't have anything like that to say about me. Don't disrespect me if you're talking basketball in my name. Don't be throwing out no flat out jokes. That like speak on me as a basketball player, you know. What I mean?
Right.
So I think he wants to strip it down and just get to the bare bones when it comes to him in the media. So I'm not mad at that. I would say this though as well. You know, if you're in a position where you're speaking to the media and you say things, I would just be prepared on what I'm gonna say, and don't let the media bait me into giving them more than what I want to give them. You know?
Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna go see the media. You know, I'm gonna do, because that's part of the job.
They're gonna ask the tough questions. That's their job, right?
It's up to you what you want to give them so they can go back and write about. You know, so
But this goes towards players wanting to write their own narratives, right? Absolutely. I mean, and Kobe took it to the next level, you know, by getting in other forms of media, right? Absolutely. So now these guys feel like I can just create my own platform and tell the people straight to the source what type of time I'm on.
Right. And I've seen Kyrie Irving go live and have some lives with some people. And I really like I really like some of the things that he says, some of the things that he's focused on, some of the things that are important to him are important to me as well. So
listen, Kyrie Irving wants to be able to sit in the woods and meditate at his own leisure, all right, without being criticized.
The only thing is, you know, you don't want to throw out things that when they speak about it are going to interrupt your meditation. You know what I mean? Right. But I'm not mad at this. Kyrie setting the tone. I like what you said, Black, when you said this could be the start of something that we might see more from players as far as how they address the media and taking the narrative in their own two hands.
Listen, my sources are very, very well entrenched within the NBA right now. So you know, we'll keep you posted on stories like that.
All right.
So, fellas, let's go ahead and move to our next topic, which is, you know, the NBA is going to be starting their season here really soon, and they're not having a bubble environment. So with that comes different rules. And boy, did they come down with some rules for this. So let's go ahead and comb through some of those. And I want to get your reaction on just how tight these rules are. Do we think they're too tight or not tight enough? So
absolutely. I've got an article right here, Mark, from CNN.
Okay.
So I can kind of peruse through this and kind of see, see if there's anything that jumps out. But I know that Adam Silver has definitely dropped some strict protocols down.
Yeah. For the league, he's not playing around.
Nah, he's not messing around. I guess I can start. I'll start that second.
Hey, and shout out to Harrison Barnes, man, aka Sidney Poitier. All right? Hey, you had me weak with that one, Black.
Yeah.
Don looked like he done bit into a lemon, don't he?
Yeah, Don Lemon has been in the news He's probably got the most news clips out of any anchor during the pandemic. I'll tell you that, right?
It literally looks
he's
just
involved
like
with everything, right?
He looks just like the dude from the Boondocks, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about.
You do. All right, so I'll start at that second paragraph. It says, while at home,
go ahead.
While at home, players, coaches, and staffs who work closely with them will not be allowed to enter bars, clubs, live entertainment venues, public gyms.
James Harden.
Right, James Harden, exactly. Spas or indoor gatherings of 15 or more people, per the memo obtained by CNN. So let's get y'all's thoughts on that first of all. What y'all think?
Man, wow. It's like, I'm trying to figure out
what came
one where the CBA had to know about this before a player signed on. Had to.
So per my sources, this memo was sent out with the Players Association's stamp of approval already on it, along with the league.
So this could be coming from the player side.
Could be,
is what you're saying.
Could be, yes, sir.
Word. That being said, why would they agree to this? Because we all know that they're not going to be able to sit to this.
Right?
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Hey, if that's the case, then CP3 must have had a hand in developing this protocol plan with Adam Silverman, right?
Or a handler.
There's always that part, right?
Well, Black, now off screen, you were saying a really good idea you had of or you're expressing what exactly this means to the players fiscally. Can you go into some of that?
Right. Well, the NBA had a hard line on 72 games, and per my research and per my sources, that was due to the contractual obligations with TV, and that's ESPN, or rather that's Disney, and that's Turner, right? So obviously, the players and the organizations get a cut of the TV deals, right?
Yes.
So essentially, it came down to money, basically, and money said that we have to play 72 games, and if you guys are out getting sick, that's going to be messing with our money, right?
Right.
You know, I mean, it's like low management.
Harden has violated the COVID restrictions already.
Right.
Absolutely. That's interesting. No cap.
Right. So yeah. So that being said, I think a lot of people are going to be getting in trouble this year.
Absolutely. Now let's look at some of what the penalties are, and then I'll let you go, Leak. I had to let you touch on that. So for the teams, I'm at the fourth stanza here. For the teams, violations of the safety protocol could result in penalties like fines, suspensions, adjustments, or loss of draft choices and or game forfeiture. The memo says players may be asked to quarantine and could be subject to pay adjustment for any games missed.
Wow.
Man. Hey, that's a heavy hand coming down. I'll tell you that. Hopefully it doesn't get to that point where any of that has to be implemented. I do think that it's more of like a scare tactic to get players to basically to fall in line with protocol. Notice they didn't say what type of violation specifically would equal out to these type of disciplinary actions.
Right.
So I think more so of a scare tactic. I think the NBA will go that far if they need to.
Right.
I think it's more so just to tell guys, hey, please stick to these protocols, because if you don't, you could hurt your whole team and the whole organization.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? By losing draft picks and things like that.
Also, too, guys, I just had this thought, and this flew under the rug, but the NBA also released a statement saying that they were to ease off of marijuana drug testing.
Yes.
Unless they had cause to.
Yeah.
So right. I kind of feel like this is one of those give and take situations where it's like, all right, if we gotta do that, then at least let us keep it lit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that for sure. Give and take with the players. Yeah.
Right. So that is interesting though, man. That's it'll be interesting to look out for because, like you said, I mean, James Harden day one already.
Yeah.
Already.
Day zero.
Hey, shout out to Sweet Lou. Shout out to Sweet Lou, or as they're calling them on the streets, Chicken Wing Lou. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So there'll be no more Magic City runs for wings for any of the NBA players. Right. But we're gonna move right on. We want to leave time for our guests, y'all. Stay tuned. Got something for y'all. So in this next segment, we're gonna highlight some of the games that we're excited about. The season is vastly approaching. So Black, let's go. Let's do a 1-and-1. Y'all want to do it like that? Black does one, Leak does one.
Yeah.
Highlighting. And let's have some fun with this one.
I'll just start off right off the rip. I'll be excited to watch the Nets versus Golden State. I think that is on NBA tip-off day, but I think it's a good game because you get to see Kyrie and KD on the floor at the same time, and he's also KD playing against his old team.
Right.
So obviously, the eyes will be on that for sure.
Is that at Golden State, D?
That's in Brooklyn.
I'm looking forward to seeing Phoenix and Dallas, which is on the 23rd. Shout out to Kurt Dog. That's his day. I'm looking forward to seeing Phoenix and Dallas play. I like CP3, like the legendary primary ball handler.
Yeah.
In his new situation, he got some heat on that squad too, with Devin Booker and Ayton and Mark Williams as the head coach, right? That Baldy, right? And then Luka, the young Luka with the young, primary work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The young in clash. I'm gonna look forward to that one right there.
I will say this though about Dallas real quickly.
Yeah,
I mean, the episode is called Standing Oviation, so we got to oviate, right?
You got the floor, yeah.
Dallas doesn't really stand out to me this year. Thinking about it, obviously Luka is going to go crazy, or he's going to continue to wow us. But I feel like with Porzingis being out, and just looking at the movement from the rest of the NBA. I don't feel like they set themselves up too well to compete right now. And I could be wrong, but that's how I'm feeling about Dallas right now.
Yeah. Okay. I think Porzingis is going to be healthy this season, or to start the season. Of course, we don't know what's going to happen after that. But
I thought I had read that he was going to miss like the first month or something like that.
Okay. I didn't. You might be up on that. Before I am for sure. But I mean, I like Dallas a lot, man. I like Dallas a lot. I'm looking forward to seeing what Luka does after he's tasted the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Usually players turn into a whole different type of animal, once that comes on. And shout out to everybody that's joining us. Reminding me on that, Kurt. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in, peeping the show. We appreciate y'all. Go ahead and leave a comment if you feel inclined to. But yeah, so I like that move. But what you have is the next joint because you started oviating on Dallas.
Yeah, it's on you.
My bad. Yeah. So I'm gonna move a little bit ahead in the first month, and I'm gonna say I'm looking forward to. I wrote down so many games. I'm gonna just go down and pick one.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I like.
Hey, let me. Hey, I'm gonna throw out one real quick, because I did see one that really stands out. On Christmas Day, we got the Celtics and the Nets. So we got Kyrie finally healthy, right, with his new big dog KD against the Celtics and his old team. So I'm really looking forward to that one. I think that one's gonna have some intensity to it right there.
Yeah, a lot of narratives.
Absolutely.
I'll just stay with that then, Leak, and I'll say I'm looking forward to New Orleans at Miami on Christmas. We get to see New Orleans, slightly new look on a bigger stage,
right?
You know, against the best, last year's best team on the East. So I'll be interested to see. Basically, this is us judging. This is the litmus test for New Orleans, right? To see how they play on a big stage against a formidable opponent.
I agree. They either gonna stand strong, like Zion said, with him and Steven Adams. That's a pretty strong front court. I gotta say, it got some extra meat on it, obviously.
Yeah.
But,
Pause.
Yeah, but I like the strength of that front court. Another one that I'm looking forward to. Obviously, if y'all know me, y'all already know. I'm a big fan of LeVar's. His balls, and and the Hornets and Pelicans matchup on January 8th. It's on ESPN. I'm looking forward to seeing that one. I think LaMelo is gonna put immense pressure on LeVar's oldest ball, and finally make him develop into the players that he's supposed to be. So I'm looking forward to seeing that game, and I just want to see LaMelo ball. I enjoy watching him play, so I'm gonna look forward to that one.
I got January 11th, the 76ers at Atlanta. I know we kind of talked about it off mic, but I'm really interested to see Atlanta play this year and play against good teams. Because I really like what they've done as far as free agency, as far as putting a team around Trae Young that, is going to highlight his abilities, picking up Rondo, to basically be his defender, right? His protector, if you will.
Absolutely.
And they fortified their front court as well. And also I like Herter as well too. So all that being said, I want to see how they stand up against the 76ers. I do expect the Sixers to still be good, even though they haven't had, too much movement. It's still a competitive team, so I'll be looking forward to that for sure.
Hey, and just real quick, we might see some movement with the Sixers.
Yeah.
We might see that James Harden trade.
Right.
We've been hearing a lot about that, and they got the assets for that. So
right.
We want to hear something about that. But Mark, did you have any games that you had circled on your list?
You know what? One that really stands out to me is December 26th. This is going to be a sleeper. Atlanta v. Memphis. New look Hawks. Against Ja and Memphis. It's a team that I have ascending this year. Okay. So I think that's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, you got the Grizz and the Offs too, huh? Coming up.
Okay. Word.
I'm gonna be
Ja versus Trae looks nice.
Hey man, I gotta say, man, real talk. Hey, real quick, man. Hey, Ja cold, man. Ja cold. Hey,
that's a fact.
He cold with it, man. Hey, came in right away handling his biz, made everybody a believer, put the franchise on his back.
Yeah.
And the guys love playing with him,
he seems like he has a good spirit, you know what I mean?
He's like all the best parts of Allen Iverson almost.
Right.
Absolutely.
Athleticism intact, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. With that joint he did on Baines, y'all remember that when he took off? Man.
Yeah, he tried to body K Love as well, right?
He did. Yeah.
He wanted to turn K Love to K Hate, right?
Yeah, right.
Man, so those are definitely some great games to look forward to. Another sleeper game we got. Is it December 22nd? We got Clippers v Lakers. I don't know who's going to be balling, but that's definitely a matchup everyone's looking forward to. Probably ceremony. So,
right. Hey, look up to the rafters.
Right.
Hey, that's
look up to the rafters, honey.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, that's opening night too. Hey, the league. Hey, Adam Silver know exactly what he's doing for that one, right?
Yeah. Adam Silver's definitely wrote a great script for this season. That's for sure.
Right. So, fellas, without further, I'm sorry, Lee. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say look.
You're right.
Hey, no, I just want to say I'm glad that you brought that one up because this last year that was the Clippers and the Lakers. That was a big matchup that every time that came around, the media, players, fans, everybody wanted to see that. I remember even in the bubble, somebody said a player said we were robbed of the Clippers versus the Lakers matchup. Yeah. It's so wild because now after the Lakers handled their business and the Clippers, fell off the wagon, it's like, yo, ain't nobody even really like
we ain't checking for this no more, right?
It's too late, man. Like,
yeah.
I mean, hey, we ain't even worried about him like that.
Right. The convo really is see us in the playoffs.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
See us in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So we're looking forward to some of those games. And now, I'm really excited about this next segment, man, because we have a friend of the No Hesi podcast, more than a friend, really. Let's welcome in resident Kings expert.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm up back on No Hesi. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, it's been a minute, Kurt. It's been a minute.
Yes, sir, Kurt. We're glad to have you on, man. Now, I'm a former Kings fan, and so we're gonna let you come on and really just give us your Sacramento Kings take. We all from the 916.
Shout out to the viewers too. We got 5 viewers in the building. Shout out to y'all.
Shout out to y'all. Shout out to
viewers. Leave a comment if you'd like, of course.
Yes. So, Kurt, the floor is yours, brother.
I mean, where do we begin?
Right.
The Sacramento Kings.
I'm having issues with my audio, fellas. My bad. I'm trying to fix this without causing too much of a.
Okay.
All good. Kurt, if you could turn yours down just a little bit before you OVate too. Just a little bit before you OVate.
Let me know how I sound now.
Kurt, you got that real strong Oviation. So
okay. Let me know now. Test out my levels.
Perfect.
Okay. All right. I don't want to.
And Kurt, you go ahead, but we're all going to have some questions for you regarding the Kings. It's a very polarizing franchise, more so on the bottom end of that polarization chart than the top. So we're all going to have some questions for you. So, hey, thank you for coming on the show, and let's get it, man. Let's get it.
I appreciate y'all having me. I'm not going to, although it's in the title, I'm only slightly going to OVate. Yeah. I'm just going to blow everybody away with the bloviation first. Right. Let's just start there. I mean, Kings off season, there's really not much to talk about because what did we do? Almost not a damn thing. Right. We signed back up De'Aaron Fox, which is a no-brainer, and we let a very high-ranking asset go in Bogdan Bogdanović.
That's a fact.
Number 8, lightweight number 8. So there you go. The bloviation is over. Right. Here we are. Monty McNair did dang near nothing but not fire Luke Walton, a.k.a. Puke Walton, a.k.a. Poopy Lukey. Pook in the 2 Live crew. Okay. That's all he did. Didn't fire him. Hired Alvin Gentry, hired Rex, who are really the architects of whatever it is that we're going to do next season.
Hey, look,
and sign nobody but players that nobody wanted. There you
Alvin Gentry looking over Luke Walton's shoulder like, that's a nice clipboard you got there. Want to hand it over?
It'd be a shame if I was to get my hands on that.
Luke's sleeping with the clipboard underneath his pillow. He clutching it tighter than his better half these days. Let's be very clear about that. All right.
Yeah,
now I'm open to questions.
X's and O's.
Right.
All right. So Kurt, I gotta come right at you. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a few episodes ago, I oviated about what I thought about D Fox's signing. I thought it was a little bit early. I'd be interested to hear what you have to say in regards to some of those comments, if you remember any of those.
Oh, absolutely, I do. And this is an easy answer. Well, I'm gonna tell you off rip why you feel that way. And it's a very obvious thing. I think it's so obvious sometimes even you forget, Black Mo. You're the fan of one of the most winning and storied franchises in the NBA. People take pay cuts to go to your team. Out here, people take pay bumps just for us to beg them to come out here. Right. So when you have a stick, a scent, an aroma, a stench of potential talent, you overpay early, praying that they don't ask for a trade. Right. Now, I will say this about Fox's contract very quickly, only to bloviate. not to Oviate.
Right.
It is incentive laden, similar to Buddy Hield's contract. So it's I believe it's 153 million. Yes, cap, 153 million cap.
Right.
Potential for 196 million, closer to that Jason Tatum-esque echelon, provided that things like all-stars, first team, second teams, things like that are achieved. So that's what would bump him up some. So it is incentive laden. You know, I will give I'm not even gonna give that to Monty McNair. I'm gonna give that to Ken Cantanella, who is the contract CPA cap expert, for building in some sort of flexibility. Yes, cap, King Cap for that. So yeah, there you go.
Word.
Okay, I got one for you. Now, the draft just passed. You guys did have a lottery pick, and you guys ended up with the first round pick. You guys picked Tyrese Halliburton out of Iowa State, 6'5" point guard. I like him a lot. Tell me what you think about him and him, because he kind of fell to you guys. I think he was kind of slated to go a little earlier. Tell me what you think about him and him joining the squad and potentially being paired with De'Aaron as well.
Ironclad mentality, a man of faith, obviously someone who knows that he's realistic about where he is, yet ambitious about where he wants to be, and intends to, work through every bit of work ethic, workouts, off season, in season, anything he needs to do in order to be the player that he wants to be for this team. Another person who said he wanted to come here, and after speaking to the front office, said he felt like he matched their mentality, our mentality of what the future is for the team. So from that perspective, love him. I love big guards that can see over average size guards and kick and dish. They tend to be natural playmakers just because of their vision, kind of like tall quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah.
And then on the flip side, his shooting percentage was very nice, yet the shot is hitchy. It doesn't get off quick. I've already seen him in some of the training camp, and I just don't know if he's going to be able to get it off as easily as he did in college in the league, because guys are bigger, smarter, faster. But I do believe he'll persevere through. And at the very least, I mean, he's a catch and shoot option for Fox if they're paired together on the floor.
Absolutely. And that shot is very interesting. I gotta say, man, I saw some clips that he was in practice shooting, and it's almost disgusting. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100. He did shoot a high clip. The first thing that comes to mind as and this isn't necessarily a great thing, Lonzo Ball with the funny shot and the high college shooting percentage. You know what I mean?
That's not a good thing.
Well, we don't know exactly. It's like you don't necessarily know if that thing is really going to translate. But he shot a very high percentage in college. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, he's got a funky shot. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean,
you have as many characters. Sorry, Kurt. I was just saying, I think it's good to have high character guys on your roster for sure, right? I mean, you can work with the jump shot, but you can't, you don't want to fool around too much with trying to get somebody to buy into your culture. You know what I mean?
I'm with you. I mean, the jumper is no Ray Allen, but it's also no Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. So I'm a live with it for now and see where it goes. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm good with it. My highlight personally is Robert Woodard III. I feel like he's going to be the still big, strong body, defensive minded. Like I said, just solid body. His jumper, go ahead and watch that, y'all. It is much closer to Ray Allen for a big wing that can space the floor, kind of belly range, Bielitsa range, be able to do that while being able to defend. I mean, he's basically a Barnes body with a better knockdown, same mentality. Lightweight rebirthed that man and redrafted that man onto the Kings for a cheaper deal. So we'll see how it goes.
And to comment on him also, every team needs a Braun body.
Absolutely.
You have to have somebody. If you got a Braun body on his body, you also have a Bam body.
Right.
Who's that?
I said Braun's still in the league, so you got to have somebody.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, if he's still in the league, he's a Braun body. Real talk. So I think the Kings did a great job with drafting him, just to try to develop for when they are ready to compete at that level. Hopefully they'll have a wing player that's very strong, very stout, and can hold some ground against a guy like that.
Mark, did you have a question? Because I had one too.
You can go ahead, D. I'll ask mine last.
I was just gonna ask, and hopefully I'm not taking your question, Mark, but what is the expectation for the Kings this season?
I believe the consensus from the outside anyway is, essentially to a soft tank. Some of you out there in No Hesi Land are asking, what's a soft tank? I've only heard of a hard tank. Right. Allow me to blow you.
Kurt. Now you Oviate.
Allow me to Oviate. The soft tank is almost like a shadow tank. It's a tank without the appearance of a tank. So you get high character guys. You don't tell them to go out there and lose, but you feed all the young guys minutes, and you keep you showcase your vets and then that large contract guys just enough so they don't get hurt, but they do perform well. Small sample sizes, as we like to say, so that way it attracts suitors, so you can get trades and receive picks in turn, while you still don't win enough games to put yourself in a good position in order to get yourself a nice juicy draft pick, aka the soft tank.
I like that.
I like that take a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Yo, hey, Kings. Hey, Leek, hold on. Can you give me the screen, please?
Yeah, I got you. Let's see.
Kings, if you're watching this right now, listen to that man.
Yeah.
Listen to what that man Skip just said. I'm done. That's it.
It's COVID, but somehow I'm gonna be in the building. My main man, Mark. What you got for me, brother?
You know what, Kurt? Black kind of took my question. My question was, where do you see the Kings falling this year? I know you're hoping for the soft tank. Do you think that they'll come through with that, or do you see them cracking the top 8 or doing something dumb like that?
Mark, I appreciate your lack of hesi, with the question, straight shooter, and I appreciate it. I will say, being that we've had what I like to call the great exodus of our former GM, Vlade Divac, so to speak. I don't believe we're going to do as many boneheaded things. Notice I said as many, because before I get out of here, I might have to bogeate real quick. But I do believe the soft tank, will be, the weekend and the weekday car. It's going to be the commuter and the weekend car. So I think we're really going to commit to it. I think we're going to gas it up and ride it up and down the hill. Yeah. Preferably. So like I said, we do get that juicy pick. But like I said, we've seen what happened with Bogey. We've seen a guy literally allow himself to get played. Supposedly he was supposed to be an experienced GM from the Morey camp and spent 13 plus years in Houston Rockets. Somehow allowed himself to get on the phone with another GM and fix his mouth for a makeshift deal. Right. Only for someone, be it, we could try to pin it on the Bucks. We could try to pin it. I would say it was probably Bogey's agent, but allow them to get the leverage to play them and not sign the deal, just like Bogey played Vlade before he left. And all of a sudden, I'm starting to hear that, that familiar sound again. And then let alone, we do still have Luke Walton, like I said, which, hold on, wait, did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? It's the sound of Luke Walton getting a clue. I guess Rex and my boy Alvin did talk to him, because he finally talked about playing Fox up tempo and the rest of the team up tempo out the gate. So it looks like
you, right?
But hey, when he was y'all coach, I was the first to tell Leak, I don't understand what he got y'all young, the y'all young bucks and your young balls doing out there. I don't get it, So, being the fact that we have him, the good part about it is having Alvin and Rex. It sounds like the defense is going to be next level. There's supposedly new terms. It's supposed to be coined defense for the new NBA or something nebulous like that. Something like a tech startup company's name. You know, Hooley, I don't know. And then we got Gentry's, up pace, up tempo offense. I mean, literally.
Hey, Gentry chomping at the bit to get his hands on D Fox, right?
Oh, absolutely. He's already had his hands on Buddy Hield.
Yeah.
You know. So, and that's what Hill said. He said this feels something more akin to what Dave was doing when Dave was here. So if you take the combination of, a blunder, but also nailing the draft, having a gimp, kick the tire type coach and Luke Walton while backing him up with the right type of
Luke
defensive.
Walton a gimp.
I mean, was that not him in the black leather bondage outfit in Pulp Fiction?
Yeah,
got out the box.
Right. Yeah.
To go to work on these boys with a pair of pliers and a blowtorch.
Hey,
are the Kings not about to get medieval on their behinds? I mean, I'm just saying, man. Anyway, you split it down the middle, and we're heading in the right direction while falling down the hill at the same time.
Gotcha.
I want to say we've reached this season's achievement point. We've reached 1 hour, 1 hour's worth of bloviation. So thank you, Kurt. Thank you guys. Yeah. I'm so excited for this episode, and I know we're not done.
We got 5 viewers in here too, so shout out to the viewers in here. I did have another question, Kurt, because we're also going to see Marvin Bagley return to the court. He's been injured for a while. A lot of people like what he brings to the NBA. I really love his second jump. It's second to none. Well, it's second to one, which will probably be Zion if we keep it in 100. But the second jump from Marvin Bagley is pretty phenomenal. What do you think about him and his afro coming into this season and just kind of like trying to establish himself as a player in this league? You got to take on that for us, Kurt.
I'll make it quick, for just for brevity's sake, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, number one, it needs to be smaller than Jarrett Allen's. He hasn't reached that level yet. Go ahead and fade that thing down a little bit. Let's carve it down. Have Edward Scissorhands go to work on that thing. You know what I'm saying? Number two, he's instant production out the gate. From the first season to last season, he gets injured, but as soon as he comes back, he gets in and he's 11-6, 13-8. You know what I mean? Like 18-10. Immediately, like he doesn't have to ramp back up. He just goes in and immediately gets it. Really, it's just a matter of him staying healthy and, maybe sticking an apple in his pop's mouth so he don't, rattle off.
Right.
And I think, between those two things, man, Marvin Bagley can be everything that we need him to be. At the very least, we leverage the fact that he's a number 2 pick and we ride that out for whatever it's worth.
Hey,
hold
up, Black, real quick. Does Marvin Bagley have a bloviating pops? Does he have one of those? Or?
Did you not catch the offseason antics between the bubble last year where his dad basically LeVar balled his boys into a situation where he came out and fixed his mouth to say something about Fox, and Fox had to go on IG and say, this clown is talking about me again. Wow. And it's obviously Marvin Bagley's his father. So yeah.
Hey, the intrigue. I didn't know this.
Right.
I didn't know this.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you want the King's inside scoop? My sources are very well connected.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it sounds juicy.
Yeah, man. That's
of course you like that drama, Black.
Hey, I'm gonna have to holler at you, Kurt, man. I gotta get some Kings narratives popping.
You know where to come.
Man, Kurt, so we appreciate you being on, man. We had a blast on this episode. As we told our listeners, we had a lot of meat on this episode, so we hope everyone enjoyed it. Fellas, let's get some last words. Black and Leak, I'll leave it to you, and we'll go ahead and close this thing out for this week.
Yeah, first off, Kurt. We'll save Kurt for last because he's our special guest. So we'll save Kurt for last. But go ahead, Black. Go ahead and bloviate if you will.
No. I was literally going to say the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. It's on you, Leak, if you want to.
Yeah. So, hey, thank you everybody for tuning in. We got 5 viewers in here. Shout out to Ramon. He's in the chat. So I love his takes. Ramon is hilarious. I ain't going to front. He's hilarious. He said Marvin Bagley was born injured. All right. Yeah. But shout out to the cast viewing. I appreciate y'all. Go ahead and
Absolutely.
if you can hit the subscribe button and go ahead and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the lives that we do. We are coming every Monday. I appreciate y'all for hopping on the live and getting this No Hesi Bloviation / Oviation in. And that's all I got to say, man. I appreciate y'all coming in.
Yeah, I second that. And I also just want to say to you guys, man, I'm very, very appreciative of being able to talk hoop with guys like you, man, who love the game and who love the storyline. So thanks to you guys. Shout out to No Hesi community. And I can't wait for the season to start, man. Can't wait.
Kurt, any final words?
Shout out to my boy Lynn coming through and keeping the chat spicy. Shout out to Ramon Villalobos for coming through and keeping the chat spicy. Got to fact check him real quick. Luke Walton is not the only person in the Kings organization with the ring. You forgot about your favorite former wing, Harry Barnes.
Oh, that's right.
Got a ring as well.
Corey Joe too, I think, right? Corey Joe
and Corey Joe. Thank you for yes.
And Gentry now too.
And they got chip DNA.
Right.
Got some chip DNA. Hey, Ramon, it's not too late. You can go ahead and get off the bandwagon and come back to the 209 and 916, baby. There's plenty of room. I'll take you to a game.
The
season passes like chains.
These are my chains. I don't need no gold, bro. I don't need no platinum. That's all I need. Hey, I sincerely appreciate you, brothers, bringing me in. It's been a pleasure to hang out with y'all. Like always, talk hoop. Everybody in the chat, please return. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. We'll put you on the Summer Jam screen with your takes. So come back next week every Monday, and my boys will be right here, and I'll be in the chat supporting them. So thanks again, y'all.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Hey, Schwab, we coming for you next.
Yeah. Right. And if those of you don't know, Kurt is one of the originals of No Hesi. He's been here from the very inception, the very beginning, and he's still pushing us from behind the scenes. So we appreciate Kurt for sliding through. A true No Hesi alumni, a true No Hesi giant. A No Hesi killer, all right?
Yeah.
All right. A No Hesi factor, all right? Mark, you got any closing words, man? Anything last?
Man, I'm just glad to be a part of this, y'all, and I love talking hoops with you three brothers. So yeah, man, thank you everybody for checking us out, and we're gonna holler at you on the next one. Till next time. Peace.
Leak just left us. We left us to float by ourselves.